Today, we could talk to you about all the hardships we've faced due to COVID-19, but I'm sure you're sick of hearing about it and we're tired of talking about it. So instead, let's focus on the positives, that despite hard times, social impact can always be delivered. Which is why we're set out with the mindset uttered by American author Hubert Selby, that life is not something to endure, but to live. These works strike at the very core of our mission and shape the values we hold very deep in our projects. For life continues to go on for vulnerable communities that need our help the most, we want to make sure life is one worth living, not simply one that they have to endure.
Hi, I'm Renata.
And I'm John. And I'm Sam.
I'm Muskan. And we're Enactus USYD.
So what have we achieved? We've been achieving social impact for a while now, with our flagship project Culinary Tales providing employment to refugee chefs for over 7 years. We've maintained a strong group of people, have 8 active projects, one of which is an international collaboration. So yeah, we keep ourselves quite busy. Because although the world's been a pause, there's one thing that hasn't stopped: female periods. Periods don't stop during a pandemic, but managing them has become a whole lot harder. Panic shoppers across the globe are clearing shelves of sanitary products, making it harder for women to obtain and afford sanitary products that they need for a healthy lifestyle.
The pressing issue of accessibility to female sanitary products for women is far from an isolated issue or a fashionable hot topic of conversation. Its effects are worldwide, and this issue has a name: period poverty. UN publications define period poverty as struggle that many low-income females face while trying to afford sanitary items. It relates to the lack of access to sanitary items, menstrual hygiene education, toilets, hand washing facilities, and/or waste management. So, what do the effects of period poverty really look like day in and day out?
Period poverty. For these women, sometimes the choice comes down to whether or not to pay for food or pay for pads or tampons.
Let's meet Rachel. Rachel is from a developing country. She lives below the poverty line, she struggles to find shelter, and is supporting a newly born baby. Rachel's annual spend, if she were to purchase sanitary products for the year, would be $285. This equates to over $10,000 during a woman's menstruating lifetime. Rachel struggles to be able to feed her baby, let alone look after her female health. Rachel is forced to steal tampons and clean underwear from the local supermarket during her menstruation. Every month, she runs the risk of getting caught. She sometimes uses stuffed toilet paper and socks as a substitute for sanitary items that she can't afford. Some days, Rachel is so preoccupied with looking after her child, she doesn't even worry about her own health. Often, Rachel's poor menstrual hygiene leads to UTI, urinary tract infections, which increases the risk of infertility. Mothers like Rachel shouldn't have to choose between buying sanitary items and feeding their children. Rachel's heart-wrenching story is a single representation of the 500 million women worldwide who, like Rachel, experience period poverty every day. This troubling revelation hit home even harder for us when we realized 1 million women in Australia, in our very own backyard, suffer from period poverty too.
Period poverty is a bloody complex issue, and many of the current solutions are unsustainable. The donation of a single pad or tampon doesn't address the underlying issues. You can give a woman a jacket and she'll stay warm for a very long time, but there's always another period. There's also waste. Did you know that over 20 billion tampons, pads and applicators are thrown out every year? In 2015, ocean conservationists collected over 28,000 tampons from beaches around the world in a single day. Clearly, waste is an issue. There's also the packaging, 90% of which is plastic, which doesn't break down and leaches toxins into the ecosystem for a long time. So how are we going to solve this problem? Introducing the cup solution. Our vision: to empower women through an affordable and sustainable feminine hygiene product. The Cup Solution is an e-commerce store that sells reusable menstrual cups, and for everyone we sell, we'll donate one to a woman in need. We're tackling this issue from both sides: accessibility and environmental sustainability. And we're also tackling 3 UN Sustainable Development Goals. Number 1, reducing poverty. Number 10, reducing inequality, and number 12, responsible consumption and production.
To those of you that don't know, a menstrual cup is a small, flexible, funnel-shaped device used to capture and collect period fluid. Depending on your flow, it can be used for up to 10 hours. To validate the cup solution, we conducted a thorough needs assessment. This included a survey of over 150 women, the results of which were extremely encouraging. Over 84% of women indicated that they would purchase a menstrual cup if they knew that one would be donated to a woman in need. On top of that, 37% of women indicated that they did not currently have a menstrual cup and are actively searching for one. We know that the stigma surrounding menstrual cups is dissipating with consumer awareness, and the menstrual cup market is expected to grow 3.5% annually between 2018 and 2023. We knew our market was established and waiting.
So why did we choose to sell menstrual cups? For two reasons. Number one, as John mentioned, they are an eco-friendly option, diverting tons of sanitary waste going to landfill. And number two, they're an extremely affordable one-off payment solution to female menstruation. Pads and tampons can add up to be very, very expensive, and women like Rachel simply cannot afford the ongoing monthly costs. Whereas typical sanitary products need to be replaced daily, a single menstrual cup can be reused and last up to 10 years. So are the cups safe to use? Of course. The cups are made from FDA-approved medical-grade silicone, making it 100% safe to use. We understand that toxic shock syndrome, or TSS, is a serious health concern for female menstruation. During our research, we discovered that the rate of TSS in women who use pads or tampons is 1 in every 100,000 women per year. However, there have only been ever 2 reported cases of TSS in women who use menstrual cups. A bloody significant difference. Like with any other period care product, it is absolutely necessary to keep it clean and not to leave it in for too long. But don't take our word for it. Here's what the healthcare professionals have to say.
Yes, it is 100% safe because the material which is used for the menstrual cup is medical grade silicone, and silicone is like very inert substance.
Our cups are sold for an amount of $20, a price point which was chosen very carefully. As we source our cups in bulk, they average out to be $3.60 per unit, allowing us to have more than enough room to donate second cup to our partner organization. This costs us a total of $7.20 to procure and distribute a menstrual cup to a consumer and one to a women's shelter. We have tried to minimize our ongoing costs through digitalization. However, we still pay around $50 a month to maintain our website. Currently, the cups are donated in person, which dramatically saves on our transportation costs. In a given month of 20 cup sales, this results in a 206 profit at a margin of 51.5%, all of which is reinvested to grow our project further.
So, who's going to be buying our menstrual cups? The target market for the cup solution is women aged 18 to 35 who want to reduce their carbon footprint. Now, we know not every woman will want to buy a menstrual cup, and that's why we've employed the low-hanging fruit model. This means we go after consumers who are easiest to attract. For the cup solution, the target market is women who already know what a menstrual cup is and need little convincing to buy one. To spread our positive message, we've engaged heavily in digital marketing. We've used Facebook and Instagram to build brand awareness and connect with our audience. We're also honoured to be mentioned in a recently released media release from the University of Sydney Business School advertising student-led initiatives to fight COVID-19.
Given there is a menstrual cup market, it is important that we differentiate ourselves from our competitors. So, how do we do this? Through our social enterprise model, our product, and low price point. In the market, there are a few other social enterprises that donate sanitary items to women in need. It is not too difficult to get people to donate pads or tampons, but the issue is seemingly never ending. Many institutions use this model of donating single-use sanitary products. For example, Share the Dignity donates period products to women across Australia. But the business model relies on donations from the public and are unsustainable. Other competitors include the Hello Cup, the Diva Cup, and Lunette menstrual cups. These brands sell menstrual cups but at very high prices, costing around $50. This is more than double the price of our menstrual cups, and these organisations do not donate to women in need. We have therefore positioned our social enterprise venture in a niche part of the market with a low price point, target at low hanging fruit.
Our business model has already been extremely successful, and I'm proud to say that we've sold a total of 6 menstrual cups. To put this in perspective, the average woman uses 20 pads and tampons a month, or 240 per year. Projecting these calculations tells us that the average woman will use up to 2,400 pads and tampons over the 10-year lifespan of a menstrual cup. The vast majority of these pads and tampons will end up in landfill as plastic waste. By selling 6 cups and donating another 6 to women in need, we hope to save 12 women from having to use non-reusable sanitary products. Thus, we see the cup solution to have the potential to reduce 28,000 pads and tampons from being dumped in landfill as plastic waste. An amazing achievement. Let's hear from some women whose lives have been changed as a result of purchasing the Cup Solutions product.
Solution has been a very positive experience because for every cup that I purchase, I know that it is going to a woman in need.
I love my menstrual cup because firstly, it's super cheap. I don't have monthly expenses. Secondly, it's really comfortable. I cannot feel it at all. Thirdly, I don't have to change it very regularly.
I'm also excited to announce that we've formed a partnership with a local women's shelter. The Women and Girls Emergency Centre in Redfern provides crisis and early intervention, accommodation and support services to women, children and families experiencing or at risk of homelessness and/or domestic violence.
So what's next for the Cup Solution? Over the next 6 months, we plan to double down on our digital marketing strategy, as well as form partnerships with stores on campus to sell our cups. Over the next 12 months, as students return to campus, we plan to set up monthly stalls to sell the cups directly to students. We anticipate that we can sell approximately 20 cups per each stall, and another 20 each month through our in-store and digital sales channels. If we can achieve this audacious goal and sell 300 cups over the next 12 months, we can change the lives of 600 women, and we can stop 1.4 million tampons and pads from going into landfill. We're so excited to take the Cup Solution to the next level, and we can't wait to share with you all the amazing achievements along the way.